Religion played a major role in the lives of Red Wing's first settlers. In the first half of the 19th century, America was under the influence of the Second Great Awakening, an early 19th century movement that revived and spread religious interest throughout the nation. It was, in fact, evangelical religious duty that brought the first white residents, dedicated missionaries, to the Mdewakanton village of Red Wing. As new settlers poured into Red Wing, they quickly began organizing small congregations of multiple denominations based on their backgrounds and ethnicity, including Methodist, Presbyterian, Baptist, Episcopalian, Catholic, and Lutheran. As the years passed, many of these small congregations united, and as their numbers grew, they moved into new buildings, many of which still stand today in Red Wing's Heritage Mall. In 1859, a group of New England Old Stock Americans, citizens whose ancestors had settled in the Northeast, erected the first Christ Episcopal Church on a city block wedged between 3rd and 4th Streets and East and West Avenues. Christ Church is considered among Minnesota's earliest and most influential congregations, thanks in large part to Dr. Edward Wells, who assumed leadership as rector in 1858. In 1874, Wells was chosen bishop of the Diocese of Wisconsin and left the Red Wing parish. However, after his death in 1888, Bishop Wells' remains were brought back to Red Wing to be buried in a small burial plot on the east side of the church, where his wife and daughter were already laid to rest. Parishioners, responding to the growth of the congregation, raised funds to erect a new church to replace the 1859 small frame church on the same block. Plans were adopted from those of a church in Waterloo, New York, that Reverend Wells had attended as a boy. That Waterloo church, in turn, had been copied from a church in England. The Gothic Revival Church, completed in 1871, was built from limestone quarried from Barn Bluff, and the beautiful interior woodwork was hewn from a native Minnesota butternut. The church was built by local contractor D.C. Hill at a cost of $25,000. The spire was built in 1898, completing the tower. In 1903, S.B. Foote, an early Red Wing businessman and the founder of today's S.B. Foote Tanning Company, funded the addition of a chapel on the west side of the church as a memorial to his wife, Lorena Lydia Park Foote. The church parish house on the south end of the block facing 4th Street, designed in the English Tudor Revival style by architect Edwin Hewitt, was constructed in 1910. The familiar Americana carillon chimes, which ring out each day, were added to the spire in 1960.